Valentine's Day is next Tuesday. We discuss how much Americans usually spend on their significant other or even their coworker. We're continuing to celebrate Black History Month here at Villanova, and Tiani Paris from the Office of Intercultural Affairs joins us at 8:30 to talk more about events happening on campus to celebrate Black History Month. We've got plenty of Super Bowl coverage, and in our Twitter poll question, we ask you what your favorite part of watching the Super Bowl is. We'll give you a can't-miss rendition, another one, of the Eagles fight song in sports, plus our game predictions. Also, the Morning Roar is being broadcasted live on WXVU's YouTube channel. Good morning, everybody. I'm David Shapansky.
Good morning. I'm Dominic Ricchetti.
I'm Chris Kokinos.
And I'm Allison Bayata, bringing you your first Morning Roar news update of the morning. Cold, hunger, and despair gripped thousands of people left homeless after the earthquakes that struck Turkey and Syria 3 days ago, as the death toll passed 20,000 on Thursday. Hundreds of thousands of people in both countries have been left homeless in the middle of winter. Many have camped out in makeshift shelters, in supermarket car parks, mosques, or roadsides amid the ruins, often desperate for food, water, and heat. Some 40% of buildings in the Turkish city of Kahramanmaraş, epicenter of the tremor, are damaged, according to a preliminary report. And in other news, Philadelphia police and SWAT have been on location in Fox Chase with a person barricaded inside a home for the better part of late yesterday afternoon and evening. The subject of interest began to open a safe where multiple guns were saved to be kept, and police declared the barricade situation. At 8 p.m., residents in the area of Emerson Street to Solly Avenue and from Ferndale to Halsted Streets were being asked by Philadelphia police to shelter in place inside their homes or businesses until an all clear was given. This may or may not include the residence of WXVU staff advisor, Dina. I hope she's all right.
Thank you, Allison. And now it's time for our first discussion topic. What are you doing for Valentine's Day? This year, Americans will shell out $192.80 on average on candy, cards, flowers, and other gifts for friends, loved ones, classmates, and even coworkers for Valentine's Day, according to a report from the National Retail Council. That's up about $17 from last year, and those in a relationship will spend roughly $187 for their significant other, according to a separate survey. That's despite the fact that many Americans are already going into more debt just to afford their day-to-day expenses as prices rise. 27% said they'll need to rely on credit cards to cover Valentine's Day costs. For your significant other, beloved family member, maybe even a Morning Roar co-host, how do you do for Valentine's Day? I feel like that's got to be, what do you do for Valentine's Day? And is it a holiday that you even observe? Dom, we'll go to you first.
It's personal. Chris, I'm not getting you anything. Don't ask.
Oh, come on, man.
Sorry. I don't know. I don't really observe it. I don't think, unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Feel that.
It's another day. I'll be with the boys. It's all right.
Be with the fellas.
Be
That's
with
all
the
that
fellas.
matters. Yeah. David, how about you?
Well, I'm one of the people who thinks that Valentine's Day is somewhat overrated because Valentine's Day should be every day. I don't think it should just be, kind of one
That's
specific
a beautiful
day.
sentiment.
Yeah, right there.
That's really nice
Hopefully, if Ethan's listening, hopefully that goes in the promo. But no, I'm not. I don't have any specific plans. Be here on campus, so that's always interesting. Hopefully, preparing for a parade coming up.
There you go.
But yeah, nothing too specific.
How about you, Allison?
Probably just telling the people that I love them, giving my parents and grandparents a call. But other than that, no.
Great stuff.
Definitely not shelling out, what is it, $187?
Yeah, I'm saving money.
I mean, I might just do that on candy for myself. I mean, come on.
I mean,
All of
wait
you
till the day
guys.
passes and then it's all on sale.
Oh, no, you're right. You're 100% right.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that Valentine's Day candy hits. Like the sweet tarts doesn't get better than that, fellas. I mean, come on.
All of you guys will be getting AirPods for the $187. I'm kidding.
Well, at the San Antonio Zoo, they are offering you the chance to name a cockroach after your ex. In a special Valentine's Day promotion, the zoo says that for $10, it'll name a cockroach after your not-so-special someone and then feed it to an animal. A pretty strong indicator that you're no longer interested. The annual Cry Me a Cockroach fundraiser supports securing a future for wildlife in Texas and around the world. If naming a cockroach after your former love is a little too much, you could choose a vegetable for $5 or a rodent for $25. Are we doing it, guys?
That seems like a lot.
This isn't the weirdest thing we've had on the show.
No,
so-
definitely not. Like out of all the things that we might be suggesting to you to buy, like the sneakers that make you go 5 miles an hour around campus, I feel like the
or the
Crimea
things that
cock-
cover your face from
Yeah.
the surveillance video.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
feel like the Crimea cockroach for $10.
Kind of
That's a-
fun.
it's kind of a steal.
kind of a fun way to get a little bit of revenge.
But like, what rodent are we talking about here? Like, how big
Probably
is
like
this thing?
mice, right?
A mouse or a rat, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The vegetable is the funniest to me. Like just say like a carrot. I think that's really funny. Or like a singular green bean. I don't know.
Just one green bean.
Yeah.
They might cut you a deal on that. It's like
$5, one green bean. Nice.
Well, the Midwestern version of this is if Valentine's Day is not enough for you, in parts of the Midwest, Detroit and Cleveland being the epicenters of this, Sweetest Day is celebrated the third Saturday in October every year to share romantic deeds or expressions in acts of charity and kindness. A cynic may contend that this is a concocted promotion created by the candy industry solely to increase sales of sweets. I don't know. I feel like this kind of goes with David's I want Valentine's Day to be every day kind of thing. I'm a big fan of this. I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, Midwest guy, right?
And this is
You didn't hear about it?
You know
I-
about this?
No, I haven't. But when it said Midwestern, I immediately thought Chris. I was like,
No,
Wisconsin
I-
Chris.
No
You
idea.
haven't been reading the like Midwestern newsletter?
No,
since you've
they-
come to
Nah, it's
Vermont?
just corn. It's just corn.
Just corn and cows, dude. Like, it doesn't stop much. But David, does this kind of go with your thing? Don't you like this? Come on.
I would say so. I think it's a good idea. And I think it's kind of nice that it comes from the Midwest because, we hear the Midwest, always really nice, laid back, chill. So I think that that's kind of fitting.
I'm glad we're fitting the stereotype that you guys have of us. Really appreciate that. Allison, do we think this is a concocted promotion or is this a genuine, heartfelt thing here?
It seems to me to be a sweet idea. I think Valentine's Day is the more concocted promotion as
Oh.
opposed to this. This is just like doing charity and kindness, right?
I feel like it's just Valentine's Day in October. I think that's exactly what it is.
Okay, so maybe it is created by the candy
Unless anybody
industry.
else has a different interpretation of that.
Maybe it's like that half, I mean, I know it's not exactly half, but like people celebrate like Christmas in July. Maybe it's kind of, I know it's not half because it's 8 months after, but maybe close enough, I guess.
Yeah, it's around that time. If
Yeah.
Christmas in July is a great idea, by the way. Nobody celebrates that. They should.
I feel like
It's a
everyone
great idea.
celebrates that.
I don't.
I've never even heard of Christmas in July.
Really? I
No.
was at like a public
Bummer.
pool once on Christmas in July and they brought out like Santa and the elves and stuff and I had no idea what was going on. I was like a little kid. I was like,
The Midwest take holidays really seriously.
I mean, what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
If it's
Not
not
go to the
holidays,
beach.
no. Unless it's like Lake Michigan, but then it's freezing. Anyway, in person is better for our next topic. Sure, you send texts back and forth with your friends, but how often do you actually talk with them? A team at the University of Kansas is sending us a reminder that a friendly chat with a friend just once per day, in person, not through technology, can make you happier and promote a better sense of well-being, leading to lower stress levels. Those chats can range from catching up or joking around to sharing opinions or simply letting everyone or someone know they were on your mind. What's more, the researchers found that while just one conversation is enough to promote well-being, more is definitely better. Those who enjoyed more than one quality conversation had even better days. How much better has in-person everything been for you guys? Meeting friends, classes, study groups, etc., post-COVID restrictions, or does nothing beat the convenience of a text? David, we'll start with you here.
Okay. Switching it up. I like it.
We're moving around.
Yeah, I like in person. Everything in person is just better. Like I would rather go like in person to talk to a professor than email them. That just has always kind of been my philosophy. But also, and I'm one of the people kind of does it. You know what really bothers me? And maybe this isn't like on the same like way, but in person, like at restaurants when like you're meeting up with friends or family, everyone's just on their phones. Like I'm guilty of it to a certain extent. I'm sure that you guys,
100%. Yeah.
but it's just like it's just frustrating. Like I'll try to put my phone away, but like that conversation, that interaction is so important.
Mhm.
And I think that like especially as we like moved on, like after COVID, like everything is like so technology. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because I'm guilty of it. I have my phone right here, computer.
Yeah.
But I think that in person is so genuine, and it's something that we kind of miss.
Allison, how about you?
Definitely agree. I much prefer a conversation in person, I think, than over text. Because text, you could be talking and then it's like, oh my gosh, how are you? Good, how are you? And then the conversation just stops. And then like 3 hours later, it picks back up. So when you're sitting down face to face with someone, you have your conversation. It's nice. You get to see their face. I just prefer it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with both of you, except for the fact that I do miss Zoom classes sometimes. Like for a class that I really don't care about, Zoom, like the option.
Or the ones really early in the morning. It was
Exactly.
so nice to just be asleep and hear
Mhm.
my professor kind of just droning
Yup.
on next to me.
Like freshman year, 8 a.m. Spanish, I was not paying attention for a single minute. Thank God for Zoom. Dom, how about you?
Yeah, I think COVID made us sort of appreciate seeing our friends every day. I mean, I wonder how this person feels about calls. Like calls is like a happy medium of that. I'm sure they prefer that. But my friends
yeah.
call. Like we have a group
Oh.
chat, but like they'll call me. Like my roommate will call me like twice a day.
Oh, I get about 5 phone calls a day.
Why
from
is
people.
that?
It's
I
wild.
like
don't call
calls.
people.
No, neither do I.
I don't call people. Text. Like he'll call me like, "Hey, where are you?" Text me that.
Exactly.
Text me that. That
No,
can
I'll
be a
be
text.
in class. Like they know my schedule by now, and they're
Yes.
like, "Why don't you pick up?" And I'm like, "Why do you think I didn't pick up?"
I'm in macroeconomics.
But your roommate calls you to ask you where you are.
Oh, mine does it
Constantly.
too. Mine
Every
does it
day.
too.
My
Every
roommate
day.
has never done
Every
that
day.
before.
Well,
That's
Maybe
so
it's a guy
funny.
thing. I don't like.
it shouldn't be a guy.
No, I don't know.
It should not
I
be
don't
a guy
know.
thing.
I have
Should
no
not be a
idea.
guy thing. But it's not
call
just
all
him.
the
I mean,
time.
all my friends call me.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly.
And it's just like, hey,
Yeah, but what
are
are
you
you
doing
worried
right
about
now?
me?
What are they calling to ask you? Is it just like
where are you?
Where are you?
What
are you
time are you
doing?
gonna be back? Do
Did
you
you
want to
eat yet?
go?
okay,
X
that's a
and Y?
text. Yeah,
Did
that's a
you
text
eat?
conversation.
These are all text conversations.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, but
can be
like, how
text.
long would you say this conversation lasts for?
It's like a 30-second phone
It's
call.
it's under.
Oh,
a minute.
yeah, there
Almost
was, like, no purpose
always
to
under
that.
a minute.
But I was saying, like, as like a phone call, like a genuine phone call, like even like a 10-minute phone call, I think
Yeah.
is good.
But there's like that rare moment where like they'll call you and they have like breaking news. That kind of makes.
Oh
it
no,
worth
I
it.
do that. With my
Yeah.
friends, like let's say like when Trey Turner signed with the Phillies, I was
Yeah.
at a gas station, okay?
Yep. Classic.
And I was on Twitter. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Trey Turner just signed with the Phillies." So I called my friend, and he was like, "What's up, Dave?" He is like college from home.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Not really in a class, but kind of doing some work." I'm like, "Trey Turner just signed with the Phillies," and it was amazing.
yeah.
Like it was only like a 45-second phone call.
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
See, but if you call
And
me
people
every
at the
day,
gas station
I might
probably
ignore
thought
that.
that I was just like going crazy or something like that because I was like,
Yeah, but
It's
if
like, yeah.
you're one of those people that calls me twice a day, then
Yeah.
when you call me and it's something
Like,
serious,
what?
I'm gonna be like, "What do you want? What could
What
it
are you
You
trying
possibly
guys are
be?"
complaining about being too cared for and too loved by
Yes,
your
we
friends.
are.
Your
We
friends
are.
are listening to this like, what?
and
I
on
really
Valentine's
doubt
Day,
they're
coming up
listening.
on Valentine's Day,
You should
Wow.
be ashamed, all of you.
me and Allison have some great quotes coming up here for this promo.
Yeah, we
coming
do. They're gonna make you look so bad in this promo.
At least it'll be entertaining. I mean, come on.
Definitely will be.
Dom, Twitter poll question of the day. What is it?
Yeah, make sure to go follow us on Twitter at WXVU. Good one today. What is the part of the Super Bowl that you are most looking forward to? So far, 4 votes. The game itself has all of them, 100%. But the other options, the commercials, Rihanna's halftime show, and then just the food and the company. Really can't go wrong here. Personally, I think I'm looking forward to all 4 of these, but I think the game itself takes the cake.
It's got to be the game itself.
Well,
Go
especially,
Birds,
I mean,
all
it's Eagles,
day.
yeah.
Come on.
But I want the people who are out there
Yeah, Allison,
responding
I
to
wanna
the
know what Allison
poll.
has to say.
Yeah. And I also want, like, if you're an Eagles fan, take the Eagles out of for this poll question. Like, just say if it was like a game where, like, or anybody's favorite team wasn't involved. You know what I mean? Because I mean, obviously, like, I'll say the Eagles because I'm a big Eagles fan. Like, that's why I'd pick the game itself. But if the Eagles weren't playing in it, I may say the halftime show or the food or company. The commercials is, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like the commercials are like 1 and 2 for me. Like the game, and then you got the commercials.
That's what like my mom and I would always watch the Super Bowl for. Like we would just kind of meander around during the game, but we'd be sitting there for the commercials.
Yeah.
But I will say, because it's the Eagles this year, I will watch the game itself, start to finish.
That's what we like to
I will
hear
do
because
it.
we are a good Philadelphia school. No
Yes, we are.
debate. Period.
Put an end to that, Chris, real quick.
Dom, don't
That's a whole other
don't
thing.
even start. David, what are the birthdays coming up here?
Okay, so today's birthday is February 10th of 2023. Laura Dern from Jurassic Park turns 56. Elizabeth Banks celebrates 49 from Pitch Perfect. On Saturday, Sheryl Crow, 61. Jennifer Aniston, 54. And Taylor Lautner from Twilight Saga films, 31.
Thank you, David. Now, what's going on with WXVU, Allison?
Yes, Chris. So another new podcast has hit in our series, So You Have a Podcast. Ryan Derry interviewed the creators of Gladio Free Europe podcast, a history and film podcast, which delves into topics from across the world. The interview is now available on WXVU's podcast feed, wherever you listen to podcasts. Nick needs to rewrite those so I don't say podcast like 80 times in one sentence. But also, we're starting a new podcast series called Profcast, highlighting the research and work done by professors all across departments here at Villanova. So look out for the first episode coming later this month.
Thank you, Allison. This is the Morning Roar on WXVU 89.1 FM, and we're going to be taking a quick break, so stay tuned.
Hi, everyone. This is Ryan Derry, the business director at WXVU, and you're listening to V89.1 The Roar.
WXVU is celebrating Black History Month. We're proud to promote events happening to honor Black history throughout the month of February at Villanova. The Office of Intercultural Affairs, Campus Ministry, the Latin American Student Organization, and the African and Caribbean Villanovans present What Does It Mean to Be Afro-Latin at Villanova? Wednesday, February 22nd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. in Gary Hall. For more information on Villanova Black History Month events, the Villanova Office of Intercultural Affairs can be reached via email at interculturalaffairs@villanova.edu. Radnor's Willows Park Preserve presents Love and Chocolate at the Willows, Sunday, February 12th between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Featuring hot chocolate, Valentine's making, and kids' crafts. This is a free event. Children can enjoy a special Why I Love the Willows contest. There will be photo ops in the balloon room, juice and cookies, and coffee or tea for adults too. The Willows Park is located at 490 Darby Paoli Road in Radnor. Visit willowsparkpreserve.org for more information.
We're back with the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. Let's take it to David with our 3-day weather forecast for the main line.
Well, Chris, after our 2-day cold snap last week at this time, the winter that wasn't has resumed. Today, a mix of sun and clouds, breezy with temperatures remaining in the 50s. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Tomorrow, Saturday, Villanova and Seton Hall, big matchup, a high of 45 degrees. And a cloudy Sunday with some rain moving in late for the Super Bowl, a high of 46. The current temperature outside of our Doherty Hall studios is 55 degrees.
Thank you, David. Back to Allison with more Morning Roar news updates.
Yes, updating you on a local news story we reported only here on the Morning Roar. Thursday night, about 60 residents living near the polo fields in Bryn Mawr section of Haverford Township attended a meeting to raise concerns over the Lower Merion School District's plans to use the fields for their new Black Rock Middle School in Villanova. The meeting followed an announcement 2 weeks ago that Lower Merion had reached a tentative agreement for students to use the baseball and softball fields. Every single resident was opposed to this proposal, nearby resident Lynn Elliott said during Thursday night's meeting, and suddenly it was sprung upon us as a done deal. Although the polo fields are located in Haverford, the township does not own them. The parks use has been shared between Lower Merion and Haverford Townships for the past 80 years. If the agreement moves forward, Black Rock Middle School teams will begin using the fields in the spring of 2024. And in other news, Netflix is setting the record straight about its password sharing restrictions. Amid recent reports regarding the eventual introduction of anti-password sharing measures in the US, the company has stated that limitations regarding account sharing began rolling out in Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain on February 8th. Netflix did not say when the rules will be introduced stateside, though CEO Greg Peters has said that'll happen next month. Netflix users will be able to set a primary location, ensuring that anyone who lives in their household can use their Netflix account, and have the option to add an extra member sub-account for up to 2 people they don't live with. In Canada, this will cost an additional $7.99 per month per person. Leave any thoughts on this? Anyone felt some of the outrage about this? Would it cause any of you to move off of Netflix?
When I first found out about this, I was so ticked off. Like, serious? Because this only affects college students, really. Because the original, I mean, it mostly affects college students because you can't go back home to log in once a month on your family's home Wi-Fi or whatever. You're expected to pay extra.
You are. And I think a lot of people share Netflix. Like, my parents share it with their cousin, with me, with like a bunch of other people. So even for families that like might live in different places across the country, they still can't share it. And it's like, why?
Exactly.
You're
Like,
just going
what
to
is the
kick a lot of
point here?
people off your platform. I
Yeah.
don't think that more people are going to pay money for this.
No, definitely not. But it's not going to cause me to move off of Netflix because, look, I need it. Like, it's got all the best shows. Can't beat Netflix. It's
HBO Max is really good.
HBO Max has made such a strong
It's so good.
It-
Do you know we
intro
get
into the
HBO
film.
Max for free here at
Yeah.
Villanova?
I do now. I mean, I had it anyway, but like that's nice.
What,
Tell my
are
friend.
you watching The Last of Us?
I am.
Yeah.
New episode today.
New episode
New
today.
episode today.
Yeah. Big HBO Max.
It's so
guy.
good. It's really good.
But Netflix, like, if I have nothing better to watch,
Yeah.
I'm just throwing on Netflix and scrolling around for like an hour.
I don't.
You got to
I
learn
really
to
love
pirate.
Netflix.
You got to start
Yeah,
pirating.
Beeflix.
See, I've tried pirating, and then one of my friend, he pirated a movie, and then his computer permanently stopped working forever. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I won't do that. I'm
You
not
accept
gonna-
that risk. I think you have
I'm
to
not
accept
gonna
that
mess
risk.
around with that. Yeah, David, what are we thinking here?
I don't use Netflix, so I don't have
What?
an opinion. I said before I don't really watch movies all that much. TV shows I do watch, but mainly it's a lot of sports, and
Yeah.
sports just have kind of the sports package.
Yeah, you
Is
just
what it
use
is.
Hulu Live. I mean,
Disney
Pretty
Plus.
easy.
Are you Disney Plus for the 30 for 30s?
No. The only like extra, maybe you would call it extra, is I have Peacock. That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't that free though?
I believe it's free. I believe it's free if you have like Xfinity, which I do. So yes, it is free.
I didn't mean to
call
come
him out like that.
I did not mean to come out like that.
So mean.
That was a genuine question because we just have Peacock on the TV, and I'm like, I don't pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of my
It's not
roommates
bad.
is
Like
paying
there's
for it.
some good shows.
Yeah,
on
you
it.
can stream
It's
that.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec,
Office,
Brooklyn
maybe?
Nine-Nine. I'm watching right now
Yeah.
on Peacock.
Good
I
one.
mean,
Good show.
it's a solid show. Yeah. All right, but for our Villanova-centric discussion topic here, Sear set on fire a few days ago. That sounds a lot more dramatic than it actually was. It was just a little fire on the roof. They took care of it. The building was closed for like an hour, but there was some interesting videos going around like Barstool Nova
Yeah.
and stuff of kids sitting in their like Tolentine classrooms and looking out the window and seeing the roof of Sear just on fire. I don't know. Did any of you guys see it happen?
No, not live.
No.
What time did it
I
happen?
mean, it's important to note
it
that
happened-
Sears under major construction right
Yes.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's
happened.
not like it's just.
It happened about 10, I think, because
It
I was in
happened-
Tolentine.
Yeah, really shortly after we finished
Yeah.
the morning roar last
Yeah.
week.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was in Tolentine and we heard like all the fire trucks and we were
Yeah.
like, what's going on? And one of the another student in my class said that when she was walking over, that she saw like the smoke coming from the top of the roof.
Would have been cool if I
But-
had to break news. Like, imagine if it was like 8:45.
We're just on air all day. No, but I didn't even like I got the email, you know what I mean? And it was like oh yeah, like a small fire has been reported in Sear, but it would have been nice like know that like before it was like out. I mean, just in case if you know what I mean, but I don't know.
And the email did make it seem like it was a really small fire. Like what I
Yeah.
imagined was
Yeah.
not that big. And then I saw the video
was-
and
yeah,
I
it
was like,
was-
oh,
Yeah,
this
something was happening.
is decently large
Yeah.
here. This was not that like a little small deal here, fellas. We kind of understated that in the email.
Well, there was no danger to any.
No,
yeah,
no.
So
How did that even do they know how it happened? No.
the materials, I think it was just the materials. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
an
guess so.
electrical thing.
Those
I don't
materials.
Yeah.
know. Those materials.
Always catching on fire.
They'll really get you.
There's a lot of like talking about like overall construction on campus. A lot of good stuff happening on campus though, with like different construction.
Oh, yeah, there's
the
a lot
of
the old performing arts center in Vasey
Yeah.
is being renovated.
They're
uh,
tearing down the bookstore.
Yeah. Did you see those
Wait,
plans?
wait, you didn't know that?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second.
guys-
It's
Okay,
gonna be
guys.
beautiful. Are the plans public? I've seen them because my
pla-
friend.
I don't know
is-
if the plans are public.
I don't
yet,
think
but
this was allowed to
it's
come out.
basically-
Alice and I are like, wait a second.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
you guys,
so
were,
nice.
you guys had
Breaking
some
news.
privileged
so
information.
nice.
So they're tearing down the bookstore and
Yeah.
they're building a new library in like Gothic architecture.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Thank
It's
God the
like-
bookstore is so ugly.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
it's
It's
terrible.
Horrible. They
It's
call
just
it the
a box.
microwave.
Yeah.
That's like
Who calls it the mic? Wait a
Who's
second.
they?
I am so
No,
behind.
my friend took an architecture class and he said that like the style that it's in, it was built in like what the 60s or whatever, and
Ugh,
like there's a
it's,
It's
professor that calls it-
international style.
Oh,
Yes,
interna-
I
thank
took
you,
that
Chris.
class too.
I like the
all
way it
I was in it
looks.
last year.
What's wrong with it?
It's just a
It's,
box.
like, it's just like
Yeah.
a bookstore.
It's
Like
so
it is.
bad.
So
Yeah, but look at
Okay.
like everything else. Like Khan is so cool.
it
I
still
love
doesn't
Kanye.
fit in with the rest of
Like,
the building.
yeah.
Basically,
Well,
this-
Doherty, like the building that we're in now, is not like super modern.
Yeah, but it still looks better than the bookstore.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like the
bookstore's
story
bad.
with the bookstore is that they tried to mimic the architecture of some like famous guy, and then since they didn't get the famous guy, it just looks
wow.
like a box.
Plus, the bookstore.
When
huge
was
bad.
it? Has it been? I mean, obviously, like has it been like rebuilt since it was like okay? Maybe you
No,
guys
I
know
don't think
that.
so.
No, I didn't.
Mm.
Yeah.
The original is there.
The OG.
That is the OG
Okay.
right there. And then they're going to do something with Falvey once they
Falvey.
build the new library.
They do not stop doing construction here.
No.
When I had first gotten here, they
Yeah.
had just finished the Commons. They had just finished the Performing Arts Center. Like it has not stopped.
It's good though. I mean,
Yeah, credit to Villanova.
Performing Arts Center and the Commons are so nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
I remember when I toured, like Mendel Field was under construction.
Yes,
I don't know what
it
they
was.
were doing with it, but
I
because it's now just a grass field. I don't know what was there before, but
Nazi.
a lot of
I
construction.
think it would like flood when it would rain. I think
Oh,
they
okay.
needed to fix it because I think it was just like more structural issues.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
David, do you know of any other construction going on campus?
I don't think so. You and Dom have like the.
I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty public information.
I did not know that, and neither did the senior Allison.
had no
so
idea.
I don't.
Who
I don't
told you
know. Yeah,
guys?
who told you
I
guys?
knew this for a while.
My architecture professor told me.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's kind of the only reason I knew. Yeah.
I don't know why I knew. I think my mom told me because I don't know why she knows. But
That Villanova Facebook parents page goes crazy.
Maybe
that's
they know
why.
everything.
Oh my
They know
god.
everything.
My mom texts me like once a week. She's like, "Did you see what's happening on the
No.
parents page?" I'm like, "No,
No.
I
My
know, I
mom
don't."
always
it.
sends me that. She like forwards me the post, and I'm like, I can't see this because I'm not a Villanova parent. I'm not part of the group.
My parents are not in it. Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are so lucky.
Nice.
Freshman year, it was kind of getting weird. 'cause
my mom will show me like people's like freshmen, like, here's my son on his first day. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Or I'd be getting
Yeah.
the call from my mom. She's like, "Do you see that like people don't have friends?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" She's like,
Chris, go have lunch.
Well, when basically that happened to my roommate this year. He had to go get like lunch with somebody because on the parents' page, like their mom posted that they didn't have like any friends.
No.
And I
that's
was like,
sad.
"Geez,
That's
No.
very nice of your
I
roommate
know,
to
I
do,
know.
but
I don't know."
With another junior?
Tough scene. No, it was a tough scene. Yeah,
Transfer, hopefully.
I have no
Okay.
idea. I didn't ask for details. But yeah, that's what happens on the parents' page.
yeah,
You
That's
don't,
what happens on
it's all
Facebook.
brutal in there.
No.
That's true.
that's why people our age should not be on Facebook. Just stick to Instagram, really, and be real. Love Be Real. Morning Roar.
Also
Mindbender.
called Be Fake. Good.
Whoa.
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 Hard hitting social commentary.
Yeah.
David, David.
It's just
I
like
don't know about that.
you post pictures and
Oh.
you like
He's ranting.
yeah, like you act like you're being real, but you're not. You're like, everybody, come on, real quick here. Like get next to me so we can take this picture. It's not being real. It's not
It's
That wasn't
still
the
more
intention.
real than like Instagram.
I think
That's true.
like it's like, oh, in this moment, like what are you doing?
Yeah, but then people wait like 7 hours.
Yeah,
and then
those
they're
people
like,
are fake.
yeah,
Those
and then
people
they're
are
like
fake. They're
7
not-
hours later.
Oh, I
They
didn't
don't
know
do
you
that.
could
we
even
gotta
do
get to the
that.
mind
The
bender.
mind
We gotta
bender.
get to the
Running
mind
low on
bender.
timer.
All right, Allison, take us away with the mind bender here.
All right. So we've changed up the structure a little bit. We're still trying to find our step here, but it will be David versus Dom today. And each participant will have a lifeline. On alternating weeks, David or Dom gets to choose who their lifeline is between myself and Chris, and the other one will have whoever is left over. Yikes. Neither Chris nor myself knows the answer to this question. This week, Dom, you have first choice of a lifeline.
Do I have to read it?
You pick your lifeline.
Gotta choose
Oh,
the
I
lifeline.
choose a lifeline?
This is serious.
I don't know.
It's going to create major tension here in the
I wanna
morning
choose
roar.
Allison.
Good
I think
choice.
that was a good
She
pick.
usually knows
I think that was a good pick because I'm looking at this question like, David, I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, so
Don't disappoint me, Chris, because I have no idea.
So, David, Chris will be your lifeline. So, here is this week's Mindbender. If you have 3, you have 3. If you have 2, you have 2. But if you have 1, you have none. What am I?
I was going to say a pair, but 3 is not a pair. So,
True.
True facts.
True facts. Only facts being said here.
But if
I got another.
if you have 1, you have none. If you have 3, you have 3. If you have 2, you have 2.
I thought it was like a
This
letter
is
thing.
the hardest one.
This has to be the
By
hardest
any
one.
of
that
them.
sock one was tough.
The sock one,
sock
at
one-
least
the
you
sock
could like
one was-
think it through. This is
Yeah.
like this is not really a Mindbender. This is a riddle.
This
I
is
kinda
this
like
is
riddles.
tough.
You like riddles?
riddles.
Let's get cracking
I like
then.
the riddles.
Come on. I'm trying to think. If you
You
have
have 3.
3, you have 3. If you have 2, you have 2. But if you have 1, you have none. Riddles are always something like time,
Yeah,
that's what I
like
Yeah.
the letter.
emotions.
Patience.
No, exactly.
Vowels.
You need to kind of think.
The present. If you have 3, you have 3. If you have
You have 1.
I want to use my
You
lifeline.
Yeah, but
I
Allison
don't know the
doesn't
answer.
know it.
I'm thinking of it. I think the lifeline is like, if I figure it out, then you win.
Yeah.
Or then you get a hint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Chris, I don't.
dude.
Come on, buddy.
Like, there's nothing going on behind these eyes right now. It's just like
Oh.
TV static.
Wait, so does anyone
What?
have
I-
the answer?
I think maybe
Okay, here we
I
go.
have
Oh
something
no.
that- But do I just give you the answer or do I give you a
No,
hint?
you got to give him a hint.
Okay.
A hint. Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. Who did Nick send the answer to?
Nobody knows
Nobody
the
knows.
Wait,
answer.
so how are we going
No,
to
I
find
think
out?
He's gonna text it like live.
Hold on. Don't look at your text. Wait.
No, I'm not looking at
Well,
my
I mean,
text.
the text has not come in yet.
I'm taking myself out. I lose.
wanna hit-
What do you mean taking yourself out?
I
We're a
have
team
no
here,
clue.
David. Get it together.
You can't abandon
together.
Chris like this.
Don't worry about that. What's my
Get it
hint?
together.
I need a hint.
Okay, I don't know how to give you a hint. It's
Well,
like,
this is kind of weird though, because if she gives you a hint,
Half
then
point.
I
everyone
may
gets the
understand it.
hint.
I think I get half a point.
Yeah.
I get to guess
Maybe
first,
she
then
comes
you
over
guess.
and like whispers it to you or something. I don't know.
Nah, that's bad radio.
Well, the audience
That
should,
is bad
the audience should be
radio.
able to
Bad
hear
radio.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the audience should be able to hear
Well,
it.
but you can't be able to hear it. Maybe like you got to step out when this hint comes in.
All right, yeah, you get
We're way overcomplicated. David, cover your ears.
Yeah, just take your
Take your headphones off and
Just
cover
pop
your
them off,
ears.
Yeah. Do I have to
Just
do that
walk in the
too?
other room.
That's a lot of time.
Okay.
ASMR.
We're so mean. Okay, my hint to you is think about an exam.
What?
Think
What
about,
does that even
think about the
mean?
types of questions you might see on one.
What?
I did hear the hint, but I mean that was because it wasn't
I'm
that
not
far.
gonna lie. I don't think.
I think she's talking about multiple choice.
Okay, so
I
follow
don't know.
follow from that.
Okay, multiple choice. You have three. You have three. Three up.
Scantron.
No.
Oh wait.
Did you get
Chris,
it?
Oh,
Come
no,
on.
answers. It's like if you've.
Wait,
Actually,
no. Elaborate what you're saying. You might be right.
If you've.
Come on, bring it home. Let's go.
I can't.
Wait. David,
All
do you
right.
want a lifeline?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
I think
Yeah.
I know it.
All right, go ahead.
Chris text his check. Check his text.
I'll let Dom hear my lifeline.
Tom, I think you should get out.
okay, we're running low on time here. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, she had such a good life. Like,
Chris, I'm gonna
thing
need
here.
something here, buddy. Something.
Like A, B, C, and D on a multiple choice.
The right answer. The right choice.
I feel like that's the answer, right?
It's like I said that.
I feel
I
like you
think
did
Dom
say
got
that.
it first.
No,
to
Dom
be
did
not
honest.
say
I-
that.
I said
You
the
said
answer.
multiple. Oh yeah, you did say answer.
Well, I think we got to give that. If that is the answer,
It's like if you have three options, then you have three options. But if you only have
What is
one option, then you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So is the answer choice?
Nick has come in with a choice. Is the answer?
I don't like
So
it.
neither of
let's
us.
draw.
win.
Let's
I know.
draw it
I feel
up.
like we got to give that to Dom.
I think Dom got it.
I think Dom got it.
I don't feel great about it.
What's the record? Right
I'll take a
now?
draw.
What's-
1-1.
It's still
It's
1-1.
Yeah.
Didn't we do 3 mind benders though?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think did you get the sock one? I think you got the sock one. I didn't get the sock one.
I did get.
So
Yeah, it
it's
was
2-1,
one.
I think.
No, it was 1-1.
Oh, that was 1-1.
This is our
1-1.
third one. Yeah, this is our third one.
What was last week? Was last week the socks?
No, last week was the
No.
timer. You set
Yeah.
the timer, needed it
Oh.
for 15 minutes,
Did
had
we-
no clue
yeah,
where
did either
anybody
of us
was
get
going with that.
I don't even
No.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, it's all tied up here.
It's all drivel.
1-1. I'm kind of liking this new this format.
oh,
like
Nick
this
weighed in.
format.
He said both players got half a point last
Okay.
week, so it's actually 1.5.
Oh,
to
yeah.
1.5.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
so this must be
There
our
we
fourth
go.
one. Wow, I forgot.
There you go. It's 1.5 to 1.5. We're going to see what happens next week. But we're going to be taking a quick break right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. This is the Morning Roar.
I'm Tallene Postian, the host of Take a Wild Guess with Tallene, and you're listening to WXVU V89.1 The Roar.
WXVU is celebrating Black History Month. We're proud to promote events happening to honor Black history throughout the month of February at Villanova. The Villanova program on intergroup relations presents Community Conversations, Wednesday, February 22nd from 12 to 1 p.m. in the East Lounge inside Doherty Hall. For more information on Villanova Black History Month events, the Villanova Office of Intercultural Affairs can be reached via email at interculturalaffairs@villanova.edu.
Are you not sleeping well? Are your energy levels all over the place? Have you been feeling down? Adding daily exercise into your routine might be just what you need. Exercising regularly has been found to enhance sleep, stabilize energy levels, and ease feelings of depression. A 10-minute walk or a quick workout in your room can still give you the benefits of exercise. Villanova's Office of Health Promotion and its program, Thrive 365, provide an abundance of helpful information regarding exercise and easy ways to add activity into your busy routine.
In the know with Nova Nurses.
This message is brought to you by senior nursing students in the M. Louise Fitzpatrick College of Nursing,
The Office of Health Promotion,
and WXVU 89.1 The Roar.
Did you miss your favorite WXVU show? Have no fear, because every single WXVU show is available on demand. You heard that right, every single show. Search WXVU on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll find archives of all of our weekly shows. It's another reason why this truly is the greatest semester in the history of Villanova's V89.1, The Roar. We're back with the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. And joining us from the department on campus, or from the Department of Office of Intercultural Affairs, which is instrumental in putting together some of our Black History Month initiatives. And we're really happy to have in studio with us Tiani Paris, a student worker for OIA. Tiani is a junior here at Villanova, majoring in behavioral economics and minoring in computer science, philosophy, Africana studies, and business. So thank you so much for joining us. How are you this Friday?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, phenomenal. So let's get right into our first question here. Could you first walk us through your journey to Villanova and how you became involved with the Office of Intercultural Affairs?
Yeah, sure. So I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa, actually. That's where I grew up. And I played water polo down there. And when it came time to choosing where to go, my parents had it pretty set that I was going to the UK, to Cambridge, where my dad studied. And I got there and I hated it. It was terrible. And so I needed to look for somewhere else to go. Going to the US was my next option. The flight from South Africa to the East Coast direct is about 16 hours, and I wasn't willing to do another 6 hours anywhere else. So I decided it had to be on the East Coast, it had to have a water polo program, and it had to be a good school academically. So that's how I ended up settling on Villanova. Once I got here, I had a bit of a culture shock, being an international student, being a Black student, being a queer student. All of that stuff sort of came together for me. And I realized that I might not be able to naturally find that many people who identified similarly to me. And so I was looking very actively for those spaces. And Dr. Eloise Berry, who sort of runs the office, really just took me under her wing. And ever since then, I've been really active in a whole bunch of stuff on campus. And when the student work position became available in her office, I was somebody who she reached out to. And it's sort of the perfect mix between like passions and making that extra money. So that's how I got involved with the office.
Good morning, T.
Good morning.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
What kinds of duties do you handle as a worker in the Office of Intercultural Affairs?
That's a great question, because I do get paid, so I should be doing something. Well, I mean, it varies from day to day. My personal responsibility is on social media. So if the Instagram ever looks crazy, you know who to reach out to. But I guess the most important part of our role as student workers is just to be a face in the office when other students walk in. Dr. Berry and Miranda are super busy people. So having someone there just to greet everyone, make sure that they feel safe, being really knowledgeable about what's going on campus is a big deal. People come in with a lot of really random questions. One thing I've really enjoyed about the role is that I thought I was the be all and end all of diversity on campus. And then I got into the office and heard that there were so many other things happening that I wasn't personally involved in. And so just like a really good working knowledge of all of those types of things is super important.
There have been some great events that the Office of Intercultural Affairs has helped put on to celebrate Black History Month. Just last night, there was the 63 for 63 documentary screening at the Mullen Center. Can you please talk about how the month has gone so far and highlight some events still to come?
Yeah, so far so good. There have been a lot of events, and some have been directly put on by OIA, and others have been put on by like affiliate groups of OIA. So last night was really cool. I was actually at the 63 on 63 event. It was the showing of the Loyola Project, which is a documentary about the 1963 NCAA basketball winning team. Maybe that was an English sentence. I don't know. But they won in 1963. It was a very interesting story. One of the first times that you had 4 Black players on the court at the same time, and they went on to win the NCAA championship. So that was really interesting. I am somewhat of a documentarian myself because I'm doing the social justice documentary this year, and I'm directing that film, and so it was really, really cool for me to be at that event. The Patrick, who's the director, he was at the event, and then Hezekiah Lewis, he's a professor at Villanova. He was a panelist there too, and Professor Eckstein, he was in the sociology department. He was also a panelist. And I think the best part of that event last night was actually the conversation that happened afterwards, where a coach had asked, it was mostly just athletes and coaches, and a coach had asked sort of, how do you continue this conversation outside of this 2-hour event? What do you do when you leave to make sure that you don't wake up in the morning and all of these great feelings that we are feeling right now just go away? And the conversation basically revolved around asking difficult questions and knowing the people around you. So I think that was a really good event. Some of the highlights for me, one was the BSU flag raising event. So there was a Black Lives Matter flag, which will be hung in Connolly. There was a whole event just to commemorate that flag being revealed. That was really meaningful for a lot of people. We had a couple of guest speakers. Hezekiah Lewis and Leisha Lewis spoke there. So that was very, very, very cool. Something that I think is pretty big for Villanova. And then Wednesday night, there was the What Does It Mean to Be Black event that OIA put on, which was just a community space to have that sort of conversation. ACT, which does the diversity skit freshman year, they sort of helped facilitate that conversation. And then again, not necessarily OIA's event, but another Black History Month event put on by an affiliate group, Miss No, which is the Multicultural Student Nursing Organization, and ACV, the African Caribbean Villanovans. They had a Black History Month bingo night, which I also went to, and that was really, really fun. Again, I think as a Black student on campus, this month is just super exciting because the events just keep rolling in.
Those all sound like incredible events. So our next question that we have for you, can you give us any hints about what the delicious food we might be able to expect at this Sunday's Soul Food Super Bowl watch?
There's some classics that come up all the time. You got the mac and cheese, which is always good. Sweet potato bread, which I don't have where I'm from, okay? And it's changed my life entirely. Those are amazing. That's definitely something to look out for if you plan on attending. But I think the rest are some very good kept secrets that will remain secrets.
Exciting.
Now, we asked your colleague Rachel the same question last week. Do you feel there has been improvement, even just over your time while here at Villanova so far, in terms of opportunities for events celebrating the Black community?
Yeah, I think it's been a very student-led force, but I think it's definitely picked up. I know my first year here, and perhaps this is a result of COVID, but I definitely did not have sort of lists on lists of things to go to. Me personally, me and Dr. B have conversations all the time that I'm doing too much because on any given day, there's 3 or 4 different events that could really that really align with my identity as a Black person. So I think those opportunities are definitely there, and I'm really proud of the students because a lot of them are student-led. A lot of us are in admin's face really asking for these things, and we're getting them, which is really awesome to see.
T, a very noble initiative we noticed you were involved in with last fall was being co-director of a social documentary to highlight underprivileged women in Western Kenya. Would you be able to reflect a little bit on this cause and why it is so meaningful to you?
Yeah, this has been a really great journey. This class, which we don't call a class, we call an experience, has been incredible. We went down to Siaya, Kenya, which is a county in Kenya. Dr. Irina Wino, who's a professor in the communications department, is actually from there, and her research is on the sustainable development goals and how they're being implemented in that part of the world. And that sort of inspired us to head over there. And when we got there, the goal was to talk to women and hear their stories, and we heard a lot of stories. But I think the theme and, what we sort of took back from what we saw there was that a lot of the women are doing a lot to empower themselves despite the situation that they're in. And that's something really important that we wanted to highlight. It's a really meaningful project for me because it's sort of kind of my backyard. Kenya is nowhere near South Africa, but culturally it's a lot more similar. And I got to see very similar issues that I see in my home country. And being able to tell that in a story and being able to share those untold stories is really, really important to me. So I'm very excited for all of that to happen. In fact, today we have a dine out day, which I'm going to plug because I can. And that's happening at Juice Pod. So from like 9 in the morning, I believe, until 6 p.m. If you go to the Juice Pod down on Lancaster Avenue and you just say, hey, I'm with the social justice documentary, 20% of whatever your purchases will go towards our fundraisers. We have various things we're fundraising for. We have 2 documentaries actually coming out of the class this year. One is called Nina, and that is going to be about a school for the deaf that we also visited, which has its, again, own educational challenges. And then what we're planning on doing there is helping them with infrastructure issues that they have. So the engineering school is going down during spring break, I believe, to sort of assess the situation and get their project started. And then on the Her Time Is Now, which is the other documentary side, we have, we're building dignity kits for them. We're trying to have our 2 main collaborators sort of have their own sustainable project get started. Long story short, Juice Pod, 9 to 6. If you go there, please, please, please order something, and 20% of those funds will come to us.
That's fantastic. Are there other events later this semester you'll be a part of through the Office of Intercultural Affairs that you were looking forward to?
Yeah, there's a lot more still to come. We're not even halfway yet, which is exciting. There's a coffee chat, which is coming up on the 15th, which I'm looking forward to. A conversation happening out of Office of Intercultural Affairs is going to be, what does it mean to be Afro-Latina? Which is a space I won't be in just because that is not an identity I identify with, and I'd like to keep that a safe space for those people. And then there's going to be a virtual coffee hour, which is on the 28th. And OIA is hosting a safe zone training. So if you want to become Safe Zone certified, which I highly recommend for everyone, that would be on the 25th. And then other events, which I will personally be involved with during Black History Month. Again, there's a sustainability event happening on the 21st where the social doc class will be again speaking about our projects. I'm a member of a Black sorority on campus, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we're doing a Black Love photo shoot on Valentine's Day, which will be super exciting. And I think sort of the culminating event that everyone's super excited for is the BSU Showcase. So the Black Student Union has their annual showcase. Dance groups on campus and poets and other just Black creatives will be there. It's a really exciting event. Getting a ticket is a great way to support the Black community on campus and also just having a chance to experience some of the culture that we have here.
Thank you so much for talking about those events. We have one final question for you here, and that is, how can a Villanova student get involved with the Office of Intercultural Affairs?
Yeah, it's a great question. One of the easiest ways I would say is through an affiliate group. So OIA sort of advises a lot of groups. So VU Pride, Black Student Union, African Caribbean Villanovans, ACT, in some way interact with OIA. And so you would be automatically sort of absorbed into the system that way by being active in any of those groups. And another way is just to stop in. There's a lot of sort of safe, comfy spaces that we run and operate. If you're looking for a place to study, if you're looking for a place to disconnect, that would be a great way to sort of get involved. If you're looking for more official roles, we have our Office of Intercultural Affairs ambassadors, and those are basically students on campus who are really passionate about the message of the office and would like to share them. And then you can take my job and be a student worker.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate having you here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
That was Tiani Paris from the Office of Intercultural Affairs right here on Villanova's campus. And make sure to check out some of the outstanding Black History Month events ran through the Office of Intercultural Affairs this February. This is the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. We're going to be taking a quick break. Stay tuned.
Hey all, this is Dina, the advisor at WXVU, and you're listening to V89.1 The Roar. WXVU is celebrating Black History Month. We're proud to promote events happening to honor Black history throughout the month of February at Villanova. The prestigious Epsilon Tau chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority presents a Black Love photo shoot, Tuesday, February 14th at the Art Gallery inside the Connolly Center, from 3 to 6 p.m. For more information on Villanova Black History Month events, the Villanova Office of Intercultural Affairs can be reached via email at interculturalaffairs@villanova.edu.
Every Saturday at 11 a.m., Andrew New hosts 2 hours on WXVU's Smooth Jazz Weekend. Andrew is an internationally known saxophonist. Hear stories from his career, his own music, and a wide variety of others. That's Andrew New, every Saturday at 11 a.m., only here on Villanova's V89.1, The Roar.
The Berwyn Indoor and Outdoor Vintage Flea Market features antiques, collectibles, vintage jewelry, fashion, and so much more. The flea market happens every Saturday and Sunday through April, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Berwyn Indoor and Outdoor Village Flea Market is located at 270 West Swedesford Road in Berwyn. More information is available at philafleamarkets.org.
It's the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. And, you know, we're bringing it back because it was just such a successful little thing we did 2 shows ago. It's time for the crew to sing the Eagles fight song, of course, in honor of the Eagles going to the Super Bowl this weekend. Guys, are we ready?
No.
Yes.
Just nothing but enthusiasm from Allison over here. But here we go. David, you're going to start us. Ready?
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Hit them low.
Hit 'em high.
And watch our Eagles fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Oh, wait. That was pretty good.
That was better.
That was
better.
in time. I'm really impressed with just us. In general. Yeah. All right. It's time for our weekly sports roundup here and special edition with the Super Bowl. Guys, take it away.
All right. So, what is everyone's plans to watch the Super Bowl? We'll go around really quick. Dom?
I don't know. I gotta be in the city though. Just in case. I gotta be in the
agree.
city. I'm excited.
I'm hosting the gang at the
Let's go.
apartment.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be going.
Chris
into
is
the city
hosting.
after.
I want to see you on Broad Street. I
Oh,
want to see you on Broad Street.
I'll be waiting
there.
for my
I'll be
invite,
there.
Chris.
I'm going to be
Thank
climbing
you.
a pole, actually.
Okay. I look to see Chris on Barstool Philly. Allison.
Probably just watching it with friends.
Okay.
Crazy.
Cool. I would agree with that. Watching it with family. We'll
Yep.
see what happens in the city after that. We'll see how everything goes. Okay. Which chip company commercial will air first? We're going to talk a little bit about prop bets. I don't really know much about betting, to be honest. Sports betting, I don't really know. But
Come on.
so there's a couple things. National anthem over under 2 minutes and 5 seconds in length.
Over.
Chris Stapleton is singing the anthem this year. Yeah, I would say over.
Hammer the
Over under 1.5 Kelsey Bros mentioned
lot.
on the
That's-
broadcast. That is a
It
lot.
should be like 7 of them.
Yeah,
They were
that-
saying a million times. It's guaranteed.
The fact that it's 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be like 2.5.
low.
It should be like 2.5, 3.5. It's,
which chip company commercial will air first? Everyone.
Doritos.
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 No
Yeah, it's
doubt.
Doritos. Doritos might be the first commercial.
I would
feel
say
like they usually are
Doritos
one of the
too.
first ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
What will Rihanna's first song performed during the halftime show be?
I think
Diamonds for me.
I think we don't stop the music.
I was gonna go Don't Stop the Music
I
too.
was gonna go. Don't stop the music. David, what are you doing here?
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, we did talk about this before. Diamonds is her best song, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't think that starts. I'm gonna say she starts with "Lift Me Up" because it's new. I think
Okay,
you get to
maybe.
new, and then get
Yeah.
to the oldies and maybe end it with
No.
"Don't Stop the
think
Music"
you-
or "Diamonds."
That's not a bad idea.
No,
I think she'll end it with "Diamonds" or "We Found Love." Starts with "Lift Me Up." Starts with new. I think.
No, because Don't Stop the Music. Like that's a great, upbeat song. I feel like you got to come out the
you
gate
gotta get
with that.
people like excited
Exactly.
right away.
Yeah.
And then,
But also,
you could go into your
Okay.
new song and then hit them with the greats at the
Exactly.
end.
What did the weekend open up with? Was it Blinding Lights? I'm trying to remember. Remember it was weird and he like
Ooh.
walked in from somewhere. You remember this?
No, but I think that was in the middle. I think "Blinding Lights" was in the middle.
What did he
I think
open
he
up
started
with?
with something
Okay.
first.
Perhaps.
Okay, the
remember.
crew member with the prediction closest to the final score will gain major accolades next week. Okay. On to our weekend sports preview.
Oh man.
A Seton Hall Daily Double. I
We're gonna
will.
do the
we
score
have to predict.
We
Can we
gotta do the
predict?
score
Yes.
predictions.
Wait, did I skip that? Oh, I did. I'm so sorry.
You read it.
I'm so sorry.
You read it. I'll do
Sorry, buddy. Right a little time here.
31-24 Eagles.
Oh, I was gonna say 27-24 Eagles.
Okay, you can say that.
I don't even know how football scoring works.
Just
get the
numbers, two numbers.
Anything.
Okay. 30 22-23.
Probably right.
Okay. I say 31-21 Birds.
Like,
Oh, okay. I love it. All birds.
Okay, on to Villanova. So we have a Seton Hall Daily Double. I will have the WXU broadcast coverage with Nick Tinella of the men's game at Wells Fargo Center tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Another late tip-off coming at you. And Villanova men's basketball team, of course, coming off of a nice win against DePaul the other night. And the 21-4 women's basketball team, ranked 15th in the country, will also take on the Seton Hall Pirates at the Pavilion tomorrow at 1 p.m. I think both teams win. Don.
Yeah,
We're going
I
for a
mean,
sweep.
I think the women's team's gonna have no problem. The men's team I think they need to win. It's time to go on a run.
It's a must
Time to go on a
win.
little run. I mean, every game from here on out is a must win.
And it will be a nice quad 2 win.
Yeah.
So we'll take it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Oh,
That was it.
That was that.
That's
All
sports.
right. Music news. Allison, what's going on in the music world?
All right, let's see. So, rockers Ozzy Osbourne, Paul Stanley, Joan Jett, and Billy Idol are amongst the big names appearing in a new Super Bowl ad for HR firm Workday. In the spot, the musicians poke fun at corporate bro speak, taking exception to the fact that the business world refers to successful workers as rock stars. Doja Cat has never been shy about her eclectic influences, but now she says fans should prepare for an edgier project. She says that she, quote, wants to explore punk, but not pop punk. I feel like we have enough pop punk artists right now. Thank you, Doja. And there may be a deal afoot to sell Michael Jackson's music catalog, or at least half of it, for about $900 million. Sony is said to be interested, but Jackson's estate reportedly is only willing to agree to a 50-50 split while retaining complete control.
Thank you, Allison. Dom. It's our favorite segment right here. What kind of movies are hitting the theaters this
Well,
weekend?
I'll tell you what. Chris walked in this morning and was like, I can't wait to see Magic Mike: The Last Dance this weekend. So yes, to Magic Mike. I think this is the third movie. I don't know. Takes the
It
stage
is.
again.
It's a trilogy.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, you would know. Takes stage again after a lengthy hiatus following a business deal that went bust for what he hopes will be one last hurrah, but a wealthy socialite lures him with an offer he can't refuse. Channing Tatum, Salma Hayek, and Caitlin Gerard. 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Shocker.
It looks great.
I don't know about that.
Magic Mike 1 was...
Oh, do you know?
No, it came out, though. Other movie coming out this weekend. Consecration.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's right.
That's a Catholicism term, I think.
It is,
It
yeah.
is. You
Yep.
got it.
After the suspicious death of her brother, a woman goes to a convent in Scotland to find out what really happened. Once there, she uncovers murder,
Sacrilege.
and the disturbing truth about her own past. Jenna Malone, Danny Hudson, Ian Prairie.
And I know we're not supposed to criticize the movie.
They
picks
look
here.
good.
However,
I might see both.
58% and 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's
But you know what's a really
Not
good
having
movie?
a good vibe.
Sully is a really good movie.
one of my favorites, actually, from back in the.
I'm going over to this weekend. Ever.
Never. I will not be seeing those movies if my life depended on it. National Days of the Week, David.
So today is Flannel Day, a day for people to wear their best lumberjack-esque attire and enjoy a piece of clothing made to keep them warm during a long winter, which we have not had here at Villanova. Also, Umbrella Day. And last but not least for today, No One Eats Alone Day, a school-based day of action that encourages youth to sit with others, find new friends, and model ways to end social isolation in the lunchroom. Tomorrow, Saturday, is Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, an annual reminder that everyone screws up now and then. It's a day to be optimistic, think positive, look on the bright side, and find something good in whatever happens. It's also Get Out Your Guitar Day and Satisfied Staying Single Day. Sunday, also known as Super Bowl, is Super Chicken Wing Day, Darwin Day, commemorating the birth of Charles Darwin on this date in 1809 and to highlight his contribution to science. And it's also Lincoln's birthday, celebrating the birthday of the 16th president of the United States.
I saw Dom shaking his head. Dom, do you not know who Charles Darwin
No,
is?
I do, but I don't. Darwin Day is kind of a goofy
okay.
name for something.
Okay.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know what evolution is.
Okay, good.
I don't
good.
believe in it. No, I'm just kidding.
It makes sense. It makes sense that Super Chicken Wing Day is Sunday, though, for the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
That's
That
the right
definitely
day
adds
for
up.
Super Chicken Wing Day.
But Satisfied Staying Single Day, Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day, No One Eats Alone Day. I feel like
You think I
these
knew
are
who
all-
Charles Darwin was?
I'm sorry.
That's so. You know,
I
that was
saw
a
him
brutal
read it, and I
question to
saw you go
ask.
like.
That was an absolutely brutal question to ask, Dom. It's okay.
I was just
You-
making
you-
sure. I
you
was
wa-
just.
Just because I
One-
can't pronounce
You got the
sacrilege or
mind
whatever.
bender today. You got the mind bender today. All right, you proved yourself.
Kind of. After Allison's help.
Dave, whoever does the Twitter poll
Yeah.
recap.
The game itself, 75% of the votes. The commercials has a quarter of the votes. So some for commercials, some for the game itself. But again, got to plug our Twitter at WXVU.
Appreciate that, Dom. Well, thank you guys for another great show. Thank you for listening to the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. And we're going to leave you with our deep thought of the week. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. It's great advice right there. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Morning Roar, and make sure to tune in next week and every week after that at Fridays at 8 a.m. Have a great weekend and go Birds.
Villanova University's WXVU Villanova. Visit our all-new website at wxvu.org. We're on air serving the main line at 89.1 on your FM dial, or stream us anytime, anywhere on the Radio FX app. Longwood Gardens is a proud supporter of WXVU, and they invite you to come make your winter escape. Embark on an exotic day trip by escaping to Longwood's warm conservatory, a lush sanctuary of a variety of beautiful plants from all around the world. Explore the ever-changing orchid house as it boasts colorful standouts from their expansive collection, with new orchids coming into brilliant flower throughout the season with Longwood's changing display. Longwood Gardens, located in Kennett Square. Ticketing information available at longwoodgardens.org. WXVU is proud to be celebrating over 2 years partnering with Philadelphia's Germantown Community Radio 92.9 WGGT LP to provide locally curated programming to our audience. Germantown Radio shows we are proud to feature include Planet Philadelphia, focusing on environmental issues in our area, heard every Thursday at 9